And welcome back, episode 100 of the HeroesHype Amateur Series. We are ready to go. We are in lobby. We're going to Battlefield of Eternity, Towers of Doom, and Dragonshire were banned out. So this is going to be game number 1 of our finals. It's a best of 3. It is 8 equals door versus 2 plus 2. And for those of you who don't like math, that's a lot of numbers.
There's way too many numbers for me, but all I know is the strategy definitely added up for 2 plus 2 last game. With the Samuro, they managed to create a ton of macro pressure, putting the enemy team off their back foot, and really that resulted in boss control, and they managed to end the game through that top lane with the curse plus boss at the end, making it look fairly easy or fairly controlled, at least. Definitely what they were looking for, I think, as far as execution in that game.
All right, real quick aside, I just figured out that 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 4 equals door equals 8 equals door.
Whoa.
That equation, though.
I think that's the transitive property of you're blowing my mind right now, dude.
We do see a Malfurion ban right off the bat. He's a very good sustain healer. The roots are excellent for choking out points around the Immortals, and just an all-around good first ban. I expect to see something like a Hanzo ban, get rid of like.
We gotta see a Hanzo ban or a Hanzo first pick coming out here. I mean, 100%. Garrosh, and I think we're gonna see the Hanzo straight away. I mean, the amount of value you get on Battlefield is unrivaled.
Yeah, and there he is.
With honor.
It is 2 plus 2 on the right side, correct? I'm not.
2 plus 2 on the right, 8 equals door on the left. Yeah.
All right, as long as you understand where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that are new to the stream, this is the HeroesHype Amateur Series. This is week 100. No, it has not been a consecutive 100 weeks because the HeroesHype has been running the Open Division for the last few months, and it has been an excellent ride. The Open Division coming back up in another 2 weeks on July 2nd. Be on the lookout for that. It'll still be hosted here on this channel and the Blizzard channel. We are going to see ETC and Genji, the first cow level of the game, or of the series tonight. So I'm actually excited. I love ETC. He is my most played tank.
I like ETC a lot here as well. The disruption works really well, both defensively and offensively. When you're talking about racing down the Immortals, you can knock the enemies into your friendly boss stuns, or you can zone out effectively as you defend your damage dealers to try to race it down. But racing into a Hanzo, they're going to have to win the team fight, I think. But that's what the Genji says. All right, you want to race? We want to fight.
Yeah, and that tends to be the story of this map. You get teams that are like, okay, we're just going to race. Like, avoid the fight and just race and race and race. And then these teams are like, no. Fight me, bro. Fight me. 1v1. And then they take, like, Kerrigan, Genji, and ETC. And other teams where they just kind of go straight into it. I love that skin on Karazim, the glow-in-the-dark Bahamut skin. It's really, really outstanding.
Can we get our own glow-in-the-dark Bahamut for HeroesHype? Because we got the
that regular, actually would be sick. That'd be sick.
We got the regular, like the default skin Bahamut, but I'd like to see more variety coming out.
Do like the
beard.
Sorry, I don't want to call it that, but the black the black coloring with like the glow neon and then like the blue beard. Oh man, that'd be so cool. Bahamut, where you at in chat? We'll make you do it. We'll pay for this.
We'll pay for it.
Actually getting banned. Interesting. Going for the tank choke, banning out these stunning tanks, kind of letting ETC do what he wants. They actually banned Uther, which means that now leaves up the opportunity for a Stukov. I'm not sure if you've played against Stukov ETC enough, but it is almost as toxic as Garrosh and Stukov. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they decide to do there.
It basically has the same effect as if I took my keyboard, I just turned it upside down and stopped pressing the buttons on it, because what can you do? And yeah, they seem to be setting themselves up for take Mosh. This is my Mosh and I'm going to take it, but there's a kill toss right there on the other side. So, and plus you're going to have the Dragon's Arrow as well. Could this ETC pivot into an off lane? Because
Go ahead. Shout out real quick to our staff for making sure it's 8 equals door and not the number 8 and then the equal sign door. Really shout out to our team making sure that did not happen. I'm not sure if that's the team actually playing nice and not doing it on purpose, but either way, we are going to see a Jaina Rhaegar man. A lot of burst and honestly still a decent amount of race. Jaina actually has a pretty decent amount of sustained damage post 7 when she gets like her cooldown reduction. So, but it is still a ton of burst.
Yeah, these are some, I would say old school, but mid-school drafts. They're not super old school drafts so far because there's a Genji and a Hanzo in there, but this is a very dated style of Battlefield of Eternity, which is just like, let's just get in here and just brawl our faces off. Zeratul, Muradin rounding that out. I mean, this is sort of the team from 2+2 has a little bit of a dichotomy. Strong front line in the Muradin, Karazim, Zeratul dive potential, but then a lot of sit back, dish out your relatively steady damage between.
I'd like to see a Sonya. I think Sonya would be a good round off.
I agree.
A beefy counterpart to the ETC, giving a little more tankiness.
And backline penetration, Genji, Rhaegar, and her can just get.
It's all about that backline penetration. Actually, going to be the Avatar. Still a really good pick. The mines are very useful for cutting off rotations. The shield build is amazing for healing up the Genji when he's too far away from the Rhaegar, as well as giving him that burst when he jumps onto the Hanzo. So I like the adaptation, as well as his ability to soak the lanes while they're fighting over the Immortals. So
that is
definitely
very strong, yeah.
Want to be on the lookout for 8 equals door to kind of stall those out and utilize the Avatar split push to gain an experience lead.
This should end up being a very interesting game. Really going to see how the dynamic between Zeratul and Abathur plays out. Abathur wanting to stall, wanting to delay, get that level 10, and Zeratul and Karazim wanting to be very aggressive early on. Tons of stuns and CC coming out of this team from 2+2. So, I mean, it's the age-old question. Which style will prevail here?
Yeah, and I do want to call this out. They actually swapped who was a healer right now. Reb was the Samuro from last game, so interesting decision there.
Yes.
But once again, we have on the blue side 8 equals door, Fats on Genji, Danlong on ETC, Lil Dota Sotis. Lil Dota Sotis, okay, on Avatar. Miss Fornius on Rhaegar and Pally on Jaina.
And on the right side, once again, we have 2+2. We have Axon on the Hanzo, Kroven not woven on Tailtoss, Red playing Karazim now, McNulty on Muradin, and Flyas Raven on Zeratul. So I'm guessing Somuro's just a specialty of Reb, and that they play a little bit of flex play when Reb wants to play that Samuro. But not much happening here early. The two teams sort of circling each other, and not a lot of people going into the middle area and risking being seen or being.
Yeah, and really interesting decision. Going to the Blink Talon in level 1 for Spiritual. Not the cleave AoE that we have been seeing as a staple for these teams. That's actually just sitting here by the lane, soaking it. It is a 3v3. Muradin is actually just sitting in the back, making sure Genji's not doing any funny business. But you will be cut out by this mine. He's gonna go and dive in. Fat's actually just gonna go ahead and D out of there. But the wave is pushing a little bit in the favor of 8 equals door. It doesn't look like Reb is willing to push too far forward. It is just a Karazim and a double back line, so they're not really risking anything. But this will be a very quick camp going down. Scatter arrow is there. The Abathur hat coming in is actually bullseye onto Rhaegar, making sure they have complete visual retreat. ETC actually taking a ton of damage. The armor coming out. There is a Genji now on the backline. Axon going to go ahead and bounce out. Karazim trying to dive forward. Danlong has the slide. They're going to follow up. Are going to take down the Karazim. First blood going to the side of the equals door.
Yeah, nice execution from 8 equals door there, and that fight really exemplifying how much mobility both of these teams have. You got the Dwarf Toss, the Natural Agility, the Cyber Lily, but we got a big power slide coming in onto McNulty and the follow-up Blizzard, and that's going to finish Merge off relatively quickly. Now trying to push a little bit of the front wall on the bottom lane, trying to get a little bit of experience value. Do remember that unlike mid-season Brawl, this is on the current live patch minus URL, so these front towers of the walls have far less experience than they used to. So if you're chipping away at the front walls, you're going to find yourself at less of an advantage as you would before. In the previous patches. Both teams just going for bruisers and Immortal on its way.
Yeah, and looking at it, we are going to see the Frost Armor out of Jaina, making sure anytime Karazim or Zeratul decides to hop on her, she can very quickly reduce that damage as well as apply her chill. Interesting build coming out of not the Hawker, sorry, Zeratul. We are going to see the Sonic Strength dealing damage to enemy heroes, increases all damage health by 6% for 3 seconds, up to 30%. So, looking to kind of stick onto somebody and do a ton of damage. Less the burst that we saw from Steph out of them Frost earlier.
We do also have Perfect Storm coming out on Merge, and just looking for a little bit extra race on the Immortals, or possibly defensive capabilities if they are defending the Immortal. Immortal Stun coming out on the Again, not too much happening, just Race coming out, but Lev doing a good amount of damage himself under the Immortal, and they are going to be slightly behind. That is 2+2 going to be slightly behind. Headed into the halftime show. I believe this is just going to be a race down situation, or it's going to be really not working out well for 2+2.
Yeah, and the Genji actually getting the edge of this slot, sorry, the dash on the Hanzo from a ton of damage. This will actually be the first Immortals going for the side of AD Kazor and Fats picks up a kill top. Genji having enough mobility to keep up with the Zeratul, not allowing him to work out, and picks up that kill with the help of Abathur. And this is what I was talking about, the strength of the Abathur hat. It's so powerful because not only is it a shield, it's a fairly large shield.
Yeah, and it's everywhere, and it's instant, and usually if you're picking and playing Abathur, you have the ability to react and get to the right situation in time in order to make the save or get that steal. So we do have a little bit of a split push coming on. 4 members of AD Kazor pushing the bottom lane. Actually, that's diving in onto McNulty. McNulty fairly high on HP. I don't think he's going to be able to get him, just barely looking for the deflect damage. Flyest Raven trying to get some damage out on the fan long, but Flyest Raven going to be caught. Fats coming back in with the switch strike and going to be able to get the reset. Robin and Axon themselves moving in, trying to see if they can hold the bottom fort. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. At least bottom fort probably going to pivot to 8 to the door here.
Wow, excellent cleanse from Miss Farnes to make sure Pally doesn't get immediately bursted by that stun combo. This has been really good control from the side of the taking control of the camps, utilizing that Abathur hat to really push the power level of their Genji. This is kind of the worst case scenario for the side of 2+2. You have a double squishy backline. You're not level 10 with the Divine Palm yet on Karazim. He has Spirit Ally and not the healing one. It's called Earth Ally, I believe. So you're not going to have that auto attack reduction, which is a pretty big deal against a Genji later on, because the auto attacks really start to hurt. And you're going to run the risk of him kind of bursting down the top tier players. But they are going to be able to get some siege damage up on this wall. After doing what he can. And some of it, Rev, 1,000 Fists of Fury, just beating on those walls.
Yeah, and good for sieging, good for the immortal damage, but that's just knowing his limits with the Abathur hat, like exactly. And with 10 paths approaching, there's going to be 2 Genjis that 2+2 has to deal with, and I don't think they do have to do too much math to find out that 2 Genjis is many more troublesome than 1. And
wait, 1 + 1 = 2 + 2 = 4 + 4 = 8 = door.
Equals hold the door equals Hodor. So I think we've come full circle with the caster math here today. So looking like there's going to be some posturing for immediate equals door here. trying to see what 2+2 trying to get in on here. Oh, but a big gravity lapse coming out on the Genji and a follow-up, but that's just going to manage to escape. Jaina's a little bit of a precarious situation. Big flame strike coming out on the fan line, but there's going to be a little bit of a reset. This is actually 10 versus 8 for 80 Door, and they were unable to take that fight despite that. We do see the Mosh, Dragon Blade, and Copy coming out, so not too much interesting or different. Ring of Frost, common, but not too unusual.
Yeah, and I really would like to see 80 Door kind of pressure this a little more. Maybe take back that camp right there. They do have heroics. They have gameplay heroics. You know, Mosh Pit, Ring of Frost. Really big deal for them. Actually, you see, gonna get stun locked. The Ancestral has to come out. The Genji clone is there. Kroven falling extra low. Not able to fall through. Fats actually Lol Dotus on the clone. Actually gonna take a double kill. Picks up the Kerosene and the Kael'thas. Excellent plays on him. It's exactly what I just said they should do. Try to find something a little more. Not only do they want this Immortal, they want this Immortal and some kills. They want to stretch this lead as much as they can and snowball this Immortal as far as they can go.
Yeah, this is going to be very scary for 2+2. Look at the size of the shield here for the Immortal. Not to mention Jaina and Abathur have the ability to really supplement this push quite well. Immortal coming in, just immediately clearing the way for himself. And now we've got 80 Door making the rotation up. That being said, 10s have come in for 2+2. Fly's Raven taking a bit of damage, and McNulty way far forward, trying to get a pick onto ETC, but I think he's going to be in trouble. Avatar pops, but there's no Dwarf Toss available, and McNulty is going to fall. Just over positioned a little bit, and 80 picked up on that Rev on the escape, but wow, with that power slide into the single mosh pit, but worth every second of it.
Did you see the cleanse coming out of Rhaegar? Immediately unstoppable the ETC to make sure the Nether Vortex could not interrupt it. Zeratul trying to get some damage. Fanlong actually goes in pretty deep, taking a lot of damage. Might fall here. Zeratul actually walking in to finish off. Genji now finishing off the Zeratul. The dash does so much. The Ring of Frost, not going to be able to hit her, but it is going to keep her from running away. Here comes the clone once again. Going to look at the Hanzo. Going to do a ton of damage. Going to go ahead and just drop, though. It is pretty squishy. It's just a Genji. But that is the top wall missing, and this camp pushing down the bottom wall. And that's all because Abathur push. It's just so deadly.
Aaron, this is not the situation you want to be in. It's 2+2, right? You want to take the enemy Abathur comp into the mid game like this, up a level yourself, up a level on the half yourself, and then let the Abathur comp try to claw their way back into it with macro control and camps. But right now, you're down by 2 levels. The Abathur sort of has his little weird bug foot on your throat, and it's really difficult to come back in this kind of situation. In a 2-lane map, there's not a lot of waves to soak. There aren't as many waves to soak. It's more difficult to catch up on HP, and I imagine 80 Door will be more offensive as far as invading camps, maybe looking for these bruisers. So,
and look at that Jewel healing up the bottom lane. Almost no damage on any disruption, just a single turret
that's
missing.
Really nice.
This is a 13 talent tier. They are going to go ahead and crush these camps. It is that Jaina burst clear, so it dies really quickly. That's just being a fat annoyance, honestly. He has been so crucial to 8 equals door success right now.
Yeah, he's almost like his own front line. Wherever he is, you can see the members of 2+2 just being scared. Fly's Raven having to back up and tap there. That's just creating a sort of pressure on his own that is really terrifying.
And we do see the Might of the Nerazin again. Not going to be a Void Person, which is the common pick we see in the HGC and MSB. The Void Person is such a good playmaker ability. It's not often you get the chance to see any of those picks. But it looks like they're pretty much going to take this uncontested. Hanzo actually really far away. Only one set of auto attacks onto that Immortal. That is a full shield, no wall available for this bottom lane. Halfway to 16, you know, almost quarter way till 15. So they're going to look to try and maybe get 16 off this fight. And they want to pick a fight. They want the fight before anything else happens. They are a little pushed forward. Bats going to go ahead and just step up. Ben Long just walking away. Jada coming around the back. The stun coming out. The unstoppable, not going to get erupted. It's going to get erupted afterwards. The Ring of Frost coming in. The Divine Palm being used on the Kerosene. It's actually going to get triggered by the Abathur clone. But Kerosene's still low. Genji's still available. The clone is still available. It's looking to create these picks. It's going to the backline. It's on the Kel'Thuzad. It does manage to drop the Kel'Thuzad. Getting on to the Kerosene. The real Genji, meanwhile, trying to get on him. Not going to be able to. That is a 3 for none with an open keep for this Immortal. This might be game.
I think that they are going to lift the end here. Just the execution from Bats has been absolutely top-notch. So hard to fight a Genji anyway, so much harder to fight a Genji when you're down levels, flipping all over the place. This is just extremely difficult for 2+2 to deal with all along, and well played by 80 just solid control, and looks like they're going to take game 1 here on Battlefield of Eternity.
Yeah, GG's for the side of 80 versus 2+2.
Yeah, I don't think I can look directly at it.
Yeah, no, just avert the eyes, guys. Just avert the eyes.
Nope.
Rip.
Huh.
Rip the dream. I think we might need to come to a decision on this. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to. Okay, so it looks like the admins are going to call it. It's coming straight from Choo Choo. So I think that's what we're going to have to do. I don't really want to say that 8 equals door is the champion for this week, but at the same time, they are the positive team right now. So man, that's such a sad way to end the 100th episode.
Yeah, it is a sad way to end it, and I think 2+2 showed a lot. I think they showed a lot of potential. I'm personally sad that we're not getting to see that Junkrat Diva Sergeant Hammer game. I mean,
I know it was aiming to be such a cool game, and the client's like, whoa. You can't put those heroes on those teams and play that game. No, but official admin, it is 8 equals door wins 1-0. That is what we're gonna call it as. GG's guys. This has been episode 100 of the HeroesHype Amateur Series. Shout out to all the players that stuck around with us today, all the viewers that hung out. Sorry that we didn't get to play it out like we wanted to. I appreciate everyone coming in. It's been an awesome night. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of the evening. Go to bed, have a good sleep, go to work tomorrow. Fear, you got any shout outs? Let us know where you're at.
Yeah, I have a couple shout outs. I just, as always, want to shout out to you, Doug. Shout out to our production team, Kagakiri, Crimson Kitty, Vivans, Argy, all the members of HeroesHype. Shout out to all the people in chat tonight who subbed, all the people who are contributing. I just love seeing you guys out here. Love seeing my friends in the chat. And big shout out to Alyeska, who just started her new job over at Cloud9, being the community manager. Super hyped for her. Good friend of mine. If you know her, give her a big congratulations. She's pretty great. Catch me on twitch.tv/recurringfear, twitter.com/recurringfear. I stream all the time, stream a lot of HOTS, play a lot with Dunk. You can see us together there. So what about you, Dunk? Any shout outs? Where can we find you during the week when you're not doing this here with me?
You can find me on Twitter. I'm pretty active there. I'm always trolling other people's accounts. And you can follow me on Twitch. I'm actually not streaming very heavily right now. I'm actually in the process of moving. as well as growing back my beard, and it's it needs to have the beard. My face just looks so awful without it. Sorry, a little self-depreciation there.
Hey,
But
I think you look handsome.
Shout out to all of our Heroes Hype family and friends. We couldn't do this without you guys. It looks like I'm getting notification that the draft is working without us, so they can blame it on us if they want to. Unfortunate, but really proud to help out in this community and work with the HeroesHype community. Shout out to all of you guys in chat, of course. Excellent having you guys around. I hope everyone has a good night. Thanks for joining us. This has been Heroes Hype, episode 100, week 100 of the Amateur Series.